Hi, good evening to you. So just started my day, regular as usual. Decided for a change to pray at the Western Wall before going to the city of David to work. Very regularly, I would see Eli myself at the Western Wall. We would have a good schmooze and talk, chat, and go to the city of David after prayer. And an hour later, I hear of a terrorist attack that happened. Something very weird, just felt very weird to me. Something wasn't right. And about an hour later, I heard myself that it was Eli K. And I was like, no ways. And then I saw that he works for the Western Wall as a guide. And that's when my heart just dropped. And I knew there's only one Eliyahu K from South Africa that works as a guide at the Kotel, the Western Wall, and it was just shocking.
Right. Tell us about your friend. Where did you meet him, and a little about him.
So I actually went to a school in South Africa, a Chabad school called Torah Academy, and that school is where I got associated with the Ks. And Eliyahu's brother is also a good friend of mine. They are a few years below me. And then coming to Israel and being a former lone soldier myself and a South African, we are a very close-knit community. And I came across Eliyahu many times and during his service. And there was, you see another South African and a lone soldier and you just naturally connect.
Right.
So about Eliyahu, we had lots of good talks at the old city, and we would talk about our lives in Israel, the different things that we've done, volunteering for Hashomer Hadash, being farmers or protecting farmlands in Israel, and what we want to do in Israel.
Right. And you served in the Army. He served in the Army. Obviously, you came prepared and you understand some of the risks that involved. But talk about just your reaction about that he met his fate there at the Western Wall, the holiest shrine in Judaism, and gave his life there at that holy spot.
So something that I know, making Aliyah to Israel, we know very well the difficulties and the price that it can cost us to live in the land of Israel. And just like I fought in the army, I was a soldier during Tzuk Eitan, Shuvu Achim, I was here during the terrorist attacks in 2015. And even though it's very difficult when a terrorist attack happens and sadly we lose someone that we may know, or just anybody that's lost is a terrible tragedy. But something I've learned is that we can't just stop our lives, especially being an Oleh Hadash, and we've got to move forward. We have to keep on moving. We can't let terrorists destroy our lives. We have to keep on moving forward.
And what is it, just briefly, what for the South African Jewish community, what does this mean, the shock of hearing this kind of news?
Every second post on Facebook is a picture of Eli, and the whole community is in shock. And it's not just the South African community now, it's also the Israeli community. As they say in Israel, you tell them you're a Chayal Boded, a lone soldier, and you're not a lone soldier, you're part of the family of Israel. And obviously the lone soldier community is taken aback by this. And Eli, who was a sergeant in his service, and a personal story I know of him is he was on the Gazan border. There were Hamas rockets hitting his base directly. He was the highest ranked soldier over there. And he, as they say in Israel, Terrar Lamaga, and he jumped forward. He made sure all his soldiers took cover, made sure they were safe. And that was Eliyahu, a very brave soldier. And I've got no doubt that today also gave it his all, because that's the kind of person that he is.
All right, may his memory be a blessing. Dean UNTERSLAK, thank you for joining us this evening.
Thank you.